Hello, hello, DJ Phillips, Magnolia Salon, back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use a curl wand. That's what this is. A curl wand is going to be different than a curling iron. It does not have the clip. It's literally, I actually used to use just a curling iron, and I removed the clip before these were widely available to the public to purchase. And what I love about this is you literally just wrap the hair around it and the ends kind of stay exposed. And so it just gives you a different texture and a different feel. I'm gonna go over the different ways to hold the hair on it. So first of all, so you don't hurt your hands, and then also the different curl that you can get from it. So I'm going to section off my hair and then we'll get started. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to section off my hair starting just above the ears and then do all of this down here and then work my way up. I like to take, I'd say about like a 2-inch section of hair, especially back here. And then the bigger the section, the less curl there's going to be. There's going to be more of a wave. A thicker section, the heat isn't going to be able to penetrate through to all of those hairs, and so it just kind of gives like a cascading wave as opposed to like a curl. And so I will show you the difference. This is going to be like a curl. The best thing to do is also focus on which way you want to hold it. I'm left-handed, and so the right side of my head is always easier to get to because I have more control. Over here, it's more awkward and I can feel it more through my shoulder. And so you're gonna notice curls turn out different on both sides of your head because of that. It's not that big a deal. Don't overthink it. Just kind of go in and play with it. So I always aim it down because that is going to be how the hair can kind of release from the head. Now, the tighter you hold, the tighter you turn your hair around the iron is going to be the tighter the curl. I set this at 360 degrees. This one goes up to 410. This is a Paul Mitchell curl wand that you can remove. You can change out the tips. My hair can handle 360. I believe it goes down to 120. I don't really know why you would use 120. I don't think that's really going to do much to your hair. So if you have finer hair, I would set it at like 250, 280. You definitely don't need the 360 or the 410 that it goes up to. So if you want a really, really intense curl, I would hold it there for a second, let it cool off, and then you can kind of get a curl like this. Obviously, that's going to, once you run your fingers through it, it's not going to be that intense. It's not going to be that curly. But if you don't want it as intense, you can also pull it down. I actually like to not wrap it so tight around the wand. I like to, and you can go back and kind of re-manipulate the curls. I like to do it more down the wand like that instead of all concentrated in one area. That's just going to give you and then kind of tug on it. It's just going to give you kind of more of like that beachy wave. And that's what I like, especially because my hair decided to do a middle part today. And so I'm just going with it, and you'll see the final product. So that's going to be a regular section of hair. If you do a bigger section of hair, so see all of this hair right here, that's a lot of hair to wrap around. I will show you what happens and the difference. I washed my hair this morning. I used the ID Hair leave-in conditioning cream before I blow dried, and I sprayed in some of the instant texture before I blow dried. I love the new instant texture spray from ID Hair. I like to put it in before I blow dry, just a few sprays. It does give you more texture, and then I will spray it again. I could have even sprayed it before I started curling. I could spray it again after my curls too, so it's really versatile. So that is going to be Do you see how that is just going to be a little bit more like cascading as opposed to like the beachy wave? That is going to be more of like those, like a vintage wave in your hair, which is really nice. There's no wrong way to use this. I guess the only wrong way to use this is to burn yourself with it, which I have done, especially getting used to it. You have to give yourself some time to get used to using different things if you're not used to using them. Nobody's perfect right out of the gate at anything they do. But especially using tools and kind of figuring out what's comfortable for your arm and your shoulder, your wrist, your elbow, all of those things are going to affect how your hair turns out with any hot tool. So play around with it. I am going to keep curling my hair, and I will show you when I get up top. I will kind of show you what I do for the top. Okay, I am going to start on the top section of my hair. It's going to be just basically like the full mohawk section going all the way back. What you need to take into account of this is where your part falls. You, depending on what type of curls you are trying to achieve with your curl wand, if you are doing really tight curls and you want it to be kind of big and crazy, go in and get as close to your scalp with the curl wand as possible without burning yourself. But if you're wanting just like those nice beachy cascade waves that I am trying to achieve today, I would keep it at least 3 or 4 inches from your scalp, from your part, and you'll see what I mean. I'll do one that's closer, and you'll kind of see how it's not going to lay right. Another thing to think about is I like to curl everything like around my face, at least away from your face. It's just gonna kind of open up your eyes, brighten up your face a little bit. If you're curling towards your face, it's gonna close you off and it's going to achieve a completely different face shape. That is what we actually have to take into account when we cut your hair and when we style your hair in the salon. All of those things affect the face shape. So try to curl away. I do all of the curls away. So half of my head goes one way, half of my head goes the other way. Sometimes I will, if I want really big, kind of crazy hair, I will do one away and then the next one I'll do towards, and then the next one I'll do away, and then it's just a pattern of going back and forth, back and forth. And that's when I get like really, really big hair. If my part had wanted to go where it normally goes today, I probably would have done big hair. That kind of works out a little bit better. When you do a center part, it just kind of looks awkward when you have big hair. So I'm going to do the top. I like to start back here so I can see how everything's laying back here and then work my way forward. So see how I am keeping the wand away from those like 3-4 inches of hair? That is what I am talking about, to kind of just get them so it's not going to be like super huge up here. I will, sometimes I'll slide it along there just to kind of get it smooth. It will help the cuticle lay down if you just kind of run it over it. You don't have to curl anything around it, just kind of smooth it out. Okay, here's the weird part. I'm growing out my bangs. So I will add some curl to them, but most likely I'm just gonna end up tucking them or bobby pinning them back. They're at an awkward length. I'm glad that I can finally get them behind my ear. So we'll just that piece right there, and then I'll go, like if you have pieces that are shorter than the other ones, don't freak out about not being able to get those around it. Worry about the ones you can get around, and then you can go back in and kind of tweak things. First of all, I'm going to grab that and pull that down so it's not crazy. And then I'll go back in with these shorties and kind of hold those on there. Sometimes I'll go in like this and kind of smooth that out. So that's how that looks. I am going to try and tuck that. And then the next side. Here, I will show you right now what happens if you get too close to your roots when you're up in this section. Do you see how, like, let me see. Do you see how, like, that happens right in there? That's just going to make everything lay kind of awkward and be more of like a kink in the hair. Again, if you're trying to go for like big hair, do it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. But with the curls that I'm trying to achieve right now, this is not going to lay with the other curls very well. Actually, so before it cools off too much, I'm going to go in and I just do that right along there. Boom, boom, boom. Better. And then I kind of go in and shake things and see if there are any pieces that I missed. Then I let everything kind of cool down a little bit. Just let your hair cool. If you manipulate any hair when it's still warm or hot even, it's going to cause it to frizz. It's going to cause it to lose the curl that you just spent all this time working towards. It's just going to kind of loosen everything. So I am going to, now that everything is cool, I am going to just kind of hand tousle my hair. I just kind of use my fingers as like a wide tooth comb. And I'm going to tuck these annoying bangs in. Another thing you should know about the curl wand, sometimes I get awkward curls. They'll be like a curl and then some straight hair and then like a tighter curl. It's fine. Leave it alone. Let it go. Once you kind of let everything settle, it will kind of just blend with everything else, and it may even change into just like regular curl pattern. I've had that happen just all the time, and it's always fine. So don't over curl your hair. Like, don't focus on one spot too much. So this is what it looks like with just like hand tousle. I am going to get my brush and I'm going to kind of brush through it so you can kind of see more of that like vintage wave that you can get. Okay, I'm just going to brush through my hair. And there you have it. And now if you want it to be kind of, take it back to the beachy wave, just go back and run your fingers through it again. Now this is the point where I would probably go back in with some more of my, my texture spray. Instant Texture from ID Hair. You can go in and spray it. The hold level is a 3 and then the shine level is a 2. What I love about the hold level is that it's not going to be like hairspray. It might feel like hairspray when it's like first on your hair, but you can still go through and run your fingers through it and kind of just add some more texture to your hair. I think I keep messing with these front pieces because my color needs to be done really bad. I feel like it's not laying right, but it's just the color. So yeah, so there you have it. If you have any questions about how to use this or how to purchase one, there are a lot of different kinds on the market. So just reach out and let us know and we can guide you in the right direction. And thank you so much for watching another video. Be kind to yourself.